Hey geometry students, welcome back after spring break. I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to do our notes a little differently today, so I'm going to be kind of in the bottom corner here. Hopefully that will make this feel a little more personal as we're going through the notes. So today we're going to start surface area and this will continue into volume. So our notes for this unit are going to be really light. It's more just going to be practice problems because it's more formula driven. And we're also going to do a lot more application problems in the sense of you're going to go around and find objects in your house in order to practice finding the surface area and volume. So this page is posted on Canvas. As you were instructed, you should have read this before starting the video. You do not need me to read all of these different surface area and volumes or surface areas for you. So make sure you read through all of these. I'm just going to show you some objects, kind of put this into light. So a prism is something like, say, a box, a puzzle. Maybe you're doing a lot of puzzles right now. I've done one since break. A book, something that doesn't necessarily have to be a rectangle. That is a prism. So you have a shape on the top and the bottom. So with my box of puzzles here, top and bottom, and then it's increasing. It has a height. One thing to note is that they're not all regular. This puzzle box is regular, meaning it is a prism constructed of lateral faces and they're rectangles. Sometimes it's not going to necessarily be, this is kind of, it's a decoration someone gave me in the Czech Republic. You can see it is a prism shape, but they're not all going to be congruent. This bottom here is different than the other side. So that's the difference between right and just a general prism. Then we have cylinders. These are some cylinders you've probably, hopefully seen a lot lately. We have a roll of toilet paper. Toilet paper, that is a cylinder here, a very vital, important one right now. And another one, we have a box of a cylinder of disinfectant. So another cylinder here that you're probably seeing more frequently. And I also have a candle. So candle, all of these are cylinders. The faces or the bases would be the circles here. So we're talking about the base, we're talking about the circle at the top and the bottom. And then the lateral is talking about the side here. And then we get into pyramids and cones. I unfortunately don't have any pyramids or cones at my house. I do not have any ice cream cones with me. But if it's asking you about the lateral height, it's talking about what is along this side here. So again, lateral height, if you were to take that object, we could kind of see the lateral height of this object here. If you were to take your finger and go from one point down this side, that would be the lateral height. The actual height is vertically what's happening from the vertex, creating that perpendicular line, because the height creates a perpendicular there. So what are these actual formulas here? So if you go to that document, or I will pull it up right here, these formulas here, for prisms, we have the lateral surface area and the surface area overall. So the lateral area is just talking about what's going on around the outside. So if I have my candle here, the lateral area is just the outside. So if I were to peel off this wrapper, it would form a rectangle. So it's just talking about the lateral area. The bases are not included. The surface area would be the entire thing. Okay, so I guess our toilet paper is our best way to describe this. So if I were to find the surface area of this toilet paper, I would want the top and the bottom. If I just wanted the lateral, but if I just wanted the lateral, wasting precious toilet paper for you guys, it would be what it would be to pull off going around one time. So this would be, if we unrolled the lateral, this is what we would get here. So for prisms, it's the perimeter of the base times the height. So perimeter of the base times the height. And then the whole surface area would be the perimeter of the base plus 2 times the base, right? Because if I'm finding the perimeter of the base, that's the lateral, and then there's a base here, and there's a base here. So I would want 2 bases. For cylinders, like I said here, when we pull off the lateral surface area, my toilet paper here, it's 2 pi times the radius times the height. Okay, so the radius we would be given, right? Our height is our vertical, and then we times that by 2 pi. And that comes from the fact that it's 2 pi r is our circumference of a circle. And then for our surface area, it's 2 pi r h. And then plus 2, but it will actually be 2 pi r squared because the pi r squared is our circle there. Then for pyramids, our lateral area would be 1/2 the perimeter times the lateral. So our perimeter would be going around this base here, and we're multiplying that by 1/2, and then the lateral is, again, if I went from the vertex and I went along the side of that figure, that is my lateral height. So then to find my entire surface area, I would take that lateral surface area, so 1/2 the perimeter times the lateral, plus the area of the base. I would need to find out what this base is here. Then my last one is a cone, and my lateral, so going around that cone, is 1/2 times the radius times the lateral. And to find the entire surface area, it would be pi times the radius times the lateral plus the base. So you're always going to have all of these formulas. This is just breaking them down. So if you're given a cylinder and you're asked, okay, what is the surface area? Just go to your formula, 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared, and go from there. So the key is just knowing what each of these letters represent here: radius, height, lateral, perimeter, and whatnot. So now go ahead and get out a blank piece of paper, some sort of scrap paper, and we're going to go through these examples. We're just going to go through about 6 of them to practice these different formulas. So the first one we're going to do is over here on the right. So we have this prism, and the surface area is just if we were going to take it and we're going to wrap it like a present. So let's just find the surface area of each of these sides. So let's start with the top here. So the top, if I'm doing this triangle, this is 11, and we have 10, and we're told that this height here is 5.4. So if I want to find the area of just that, I could do the triangle 1/2. My base is 11, and my height is 5.4. So that would be one triangle. But there's 2 of those triangles, right? There's one above the shape and one below, and so we have 2 of those. Then we have a rectangle right here on the front, and this rectangle is 6 times 9. Then we have another rectangle on the side here, which is 10 by 9. And then lastly, we have a rectangle on this side, which is 11 by 9. So we just multiply all of these pieces and add them together, and we will get that the surface area is 302.4 yards squared. So since surface area, we're talking about the squares to cover something, we're always looking at square units here. Okay, so let's try this next one. Okay, let's see, do we have all the information we need? Let's slide this over a little bit. Sorry guys, still trying to figure out the tech on this new platform. There we go. Okay, so next we have a pyramid here. So we need to find for the pyramid, its surface area is 1/2 the perimeter times the lateral plus the base. So let's start with the perimeter. So the perimeter, well, this is regular because they're all the same. So these are all going to be 9. So it's 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 here. So it's going to be 1/2 times 9, and the lateral, we're told, is 11.8. And so it's 1/2 the perimeter. Oh my gosh, sorry guys, I forgot the perimeter would be 9 times 5. Forgot the 5 there. So 9 times 5 times 11.8. Then our base, well, this is bringing us back to our polygons from last unit. So here we have a pentagon. So since it's a pentagon, we need to do our 1/2 ANS. So we have 1/2. Our apothem, we're told, is 6.2. The number of sides is 5. And then our side length is 9. So again, this comes from the pentagon for the base. So again, our first half is 1/2 P, which is our perimeter, so 9 times 5, times our lateral, which is 11.8, plus 1/2 times ANS, which is 6.2 times 5 times 9. So that gives us a surface area, when we put all of that together, is 405 inches squared. Okay? We're going to skip we'll do one more pyramid here. So this next pyramid, if our surface area is 1/2 PL plus B, that gives us 1/2. Our perimeter is 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, so that's 12. Our lateral is 2.5. And then the area of our base, that's just a square. So it would be 3 times 3, which is 9. So our surface area here is 24, that's kilometers squared. And just a reminder, guys, go at your own pace. If you need to pause between each of these examples, go back and rewatch. Again, I go fluidly through these, but you should go at your own pace. Okay. Next, we have the surface area of a cube. So all of these are 10. So we have 6 squares that are all 10 by 10. So we have 6 squares which have an area of 10 by 10 each. So our surface area will be 600 miles squared. That's quite large. 600 miles squared. So again, we're finding the area of each piece. So if you ever forget the formulas, figure out, okay, this is made up of triangles, this is made up of squares, and go piece by piece there. Okay, so 6 times 10 times 10. Okay, just 2 more examples and we are done for today. So we have a cone, and for our cone, it is the surface area equals pi RL plus B. And since this is a circle, it is pi r squared, because our base is for a circle is pi r squared. So my surface area equals pi. I'm told my radius is 7 and my lateral is 15.7. And then I'm adding pi times 7 squared. So as you see, guys, we're just taking the information that's given to us and plugging it into our formula. And we'll plug all of this into our calculator. And we get 499.2 meters squared. And our last example here, we have a cylinder. And our surface area is 2 pi RH plus 2b. And remember our b, because it's a circle, again, it's pi r squared. So our surface area is 2 pi. Our radius is 3. Our height is 4. Plus 2 times pi. And once again, our radius is 3 squared. So radius, height, and then radius again. And when we simplify this, we get that the surface area is 131.95 centimeters squared. So all of the examples for today, just those 6. So now you're going to hop onto Math Excel. Little bonus for you. If you want to, I would find the surface area of your toilet paper. So see what your surface area of your toilet paper is. I will give you what the answer of mine is tomorrow with the general surface area of a toilet paper roll is tomorrow, but a little bonus activity for you to see if you can find that surface area. So good job today. Go back, rewatch any of these as you're going through the Math Excel if you need a little extra practice on whether that is a cylinder or a prism or a pyramid, whatever that may be. And I will talk to you guys later. See ya.